I'd started just pursuing lots of different coaching routes even before I had like graduated from my course. And just that process changed my life. That sounds really dramatic, but it just did. I grew up in South East London, and so just done the regular thing, to be honest. Went to school, got my GCSEs, got my A-levels, went to uni. I studied economics there, and that was kind of like, I always loved performing arts, but actually I was like, I need to do an academic subject. So I did that. And then I kind of went into a career of analytics, so doing something very related to what I'd studied. But I never really, really wanted to do that. I really more wanted to do something that kind of was more human, more connected and stuff. And so my career has kind of been morphing my analysis world into something that is more as inquisitive and as curious, but more about people. I'd kind of been seeing coaching come up a lot. So I had, I wouldn't say they're a friend, but someone that I knew, I could see their journey. I was just like, oh, that sounds so interesting. But you know, when you're so regimented in what you think your life is right now, that's just like, oh, that'd be really nice to do something like that. And I was just like sat there in my room, like working away in my feelings, just wanting to reach out and connect. I just started researching coaching courses, and then obviously stumbled into the Coaching Academy. And then I was just reading about it, actually now not viewing someone's story, but actually what coaching is. And I was like, I have to do this. You have the book and you're like, I'm gonna do this whole thing. And to myself, I was like, I'm gonna do this in like 6 months. Like, I'm gonna just like smash it out. I'm gonna attend all the days. And I read the course binder and I remember thinking, yeah, I'm just gonna book 4 coaching sessions and do the 4 weeks and get the feedback and I'm gonna plan it all. But actually when I got into it, when I started doing the accelerator days and actually started interacting with other coaches, it stopped becoming a thing where I was like, I'm gonna do this and I'm gonna become a coach. And it started really becoming something where, oh my God, I'm actually really getting something out of this as a person. And so I think it became more of a self-reflective course where I was like, actually, this is a pivotal moment where it's not I'm gonna become a coach, I'm gonna get something out of this. And the skills that I'm learning really are for how I should treat myself. And in a way that will give me the skill set to be able to treat others with that, the more that I can do that. It was the feeling of like, oh my, I didn't even need to have received the grade. It was just a feeling of, I can't believe that I've done this. And I can't believe that I've done this. Like, this isn't something that someone has told me to do or something that someone has, you know, said, you need to do this. It's like, I put myself through this. I'm the one that's created this moment. And so I think just that, and the culmination of actually having to research the other parts as well of, okay, I've studied this, I've studied that, okay, let me go back to those notes, and actually having to review what I've done and think, oh, do you know what, I've actually studied a lot, and even doing the final practice and thinking, I've done a good job of that. I don't know what I'm gonna get, but I feel confident that I'll get good enough. And I didn't have that at the beginning. At the beginning, it was very much, let's see what happens. What I found recently as well is that I've been going back to things because it's there and you can access it. And now that certain things, now I've started creating a business and things have become more relevant for me, I'm like, oh, well, there's something on the OLP for that. And so let me see what that is as a foundation to then see how I can put that in. And so I think there's a long lasting support as well, that actually that content will always be there. When I started out, I saw myself as someone who always was helping my friends and was always that confidant friend, like giving advice, etc., etc. And then when I actually started doing the course, I realized that's actually not what a coach is. A coach is someone who listens. A coach is someone who kind of reflects back someone's strength back to them. A coach is someone who enables someone to unlock parts of themselves. And that's what I've kind of been able to develop in myself. And so for me, I come from like a relatively poor background. I'm Black, I'm queer. I recognize that there's lots of people who haven't had the privilege that I've had to understand that they're worth something. And I really, really, really just really want to be able to help people like that understand that they can do something. And I really want to be a part of that process because not everyone has access to the same information that I have had or the same training that I've had that has led me to this point to be able to acquire these skills. So yeah, I feel that I can make a change there. and that I'm the person to do it because I understand these different lived experiences to my lived experience. So if someone sees that in me, then hopefully I can help them, you know, you can do it. So yeah, that's why I do it.